Woohoo! We are live! All right. Okay, and JD, you're in Jan, your heads are going to have to get a little closer together. when we're talking, yeah. So we're waiting. Okay, it's the 6 o'clock mark, so it is official. Welcome to Cloud Rounds. Songwriters in cyberspace, guys. I'm so glad that the audience is already chiming in. My brother, Billy Devereaux, that's my brother's stage name. He's here. Love it. Renee Warren, Carolyn Powers, who is she's down in Florida now, and I love her to pieces. But anyway, we'll get started here. Welcome to everybody that's here and everybody that's yet coming. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about what we're doing in case you didn't see any of the shows before. So for those who have never experienced a songwriter round, and I can't believe that people haven't, but some people have it that are not in Nashville, because it was originated in Nashville, the whole concept of a songwriter round. And the special magic of this kind of show is the instant little village that gets created that consists of a core group of songwriters trading performances with the audience watching. And sometimes we're in a circle in the middle of the Bluebird, and sometimes we're in a line, and sometimes we're in a horseshoe, but it's still the same idea that it's a small little circle of songwriters with the audience around watching. But as most of you know, in the current era of COVID-19, packing a room full of people close together like we used to do at the Bluebird is not a good idea. So, but for music creators like us that you're going to be hearing performing, playing a song for an audience is like the air we breathe, part of the air we breathe. And I really think that it's part of the air you breathe too, or you wouldn't be here. So this is really special. Now, internet streaming can be glitchy, so in full transparency, we did pre-record most of the performances, although the fourth performance will be live. But we'll be chatting live between the songs, about the songs, and with you. So you can comment anytime, so you're part of the show. And you'll be getting to know us as we go along. We'll be getting to know each other and you a bit as we go along. So I'll also be giving you a link to our tip jar so you can support us because, starving songwriters, that's a thing. And especially these days. So thanks for joining us tonight, everybody. And, there's a lot of perks about it too. The parking is free. The line to the bathroom is usually short. You can see us great from wherever you're sitting. And we absolutely don't care what you're wearing. So. All right, let me introduce you to all of us. First, in the central little block there is Jan, Garrett, and JD Martin. Hey. And they are husband and wife, and so they're not masked because they breathe on each other all the time. And then over there on the other side, according to which way you're sitting, is Britton Cameron. And Britton is there with his headphones and by his little self because Kaci, Key is not married to Kaci. I'm glad his wife would be glad to know that, and Kaci's husband would be glad to know that. So they're a duo, but they'll be doing one song tonight together. So on with the show, actually. Yeah. And first up is Britton. All right, Britton, tell us what you got for us as I pull it up here. All right.
Well, first of all, thank you for including me, Judy.
Love it.
You know how many years I've admired you. You're one of my favorites. So I'm glad to be here. And JD and Jan, too. It's good to be here with you guys. Yes. So I guess I'm going to introduce my song, which is this is the first time I've ever introduced a song on the internet. So part of me wants to pick up my guitar and act like I'm in the Bluebird and talk in a real soft voice like I'm Dylan or something, but I won't be. I'll spare you that. So this first song that I'm going to be playing, which I already previously played, like Judy said, is a song that I wrote with my good friend Doug Cahan and Tim Jackson. And let me see, this song, I came in with this idea that was based off of, I'm from Gainesville, Florida originally. And my whole life living there, we lived way in the country, and I loved it. I had a great childhood there. But the whole time I was growing up, I would have to get off the bus and I would walk down this long dirt road, and I would tell myself, man, one day I'm gonna move to LA. And I was thinking, because I always wanted to be a rock star. That was my whole goal in life from a young age. I started playing music when I was young, and I was telling those guys about this, and with this title that I had about how I spent all my time wanting to get away, and how we could wrap this title into that whole conception about a young person looking around at their life they have. And then we, the three of us, decided that it would be more interesting to take the concept, instead of being from a kid that grew up and went to high school in the 80s, and that it might be more interesting to make it about an individual who lived like in 1910 or 1920, and what his life would be about, and all the perils and all the things that he was escaping, and some guy that was like in the middle of South Carolina is where we decided. So we took this song and we put it through that mindset, because we felt that was just more interesting to tell my story through that individual. And it's funny as you get older, because now I live in Nashville, been for 20 years, but there are times where as many years I spent trying to get out, I keep counting backwards and counting down the years I have left in life, and wondering how much time I have to get back, to be totally honest. But anyways, this is a Slow Boat to China, and I hope that you enjoy it.
Put me on a slow boat to China, a better place I ought to be. I'm just a farmer's son from South Carolina, running from my family tree. 'Cause I don't want to wind up like my brothers and cousins, a broken back from throwing hay, with the only wife I'd find inside these county lines, just to lay down in an early grave. Well, maybe soon, someday, I'm gonna float away. So put me in a tiny wicker basket and float me down the Nile. Then tobacco crops are doomed. It ain't rained a drop since June. It's been that long since my mama smiled. Well, maybe soon, someday, I'm gonna float away now. Well, maybe soon, someday, I'm gonna float away. So run, run. All I think about lately is running, run. Anywhere my feet can take me, I run, I run. All I think about lately is running, running. Anywhere my feet can take me, 'cause daddy never broke away. And now he smokes 3 packs a day. He's got one suit that mama made so he can go to church and pray for rain. The man keeps calling from the bank. His death and taxes, there ain't no escape. And the mouth is a day to day. And I don't this way so soon. Someday I'm gonna flow away. So put me on a slow boat to China.
Yeah,
Britton,
Britton, man, what a way to
song.
start it.
That is a
Thank
beautiful
you.
song.
Thank you
Yeah.
very much.
I could see JD and Jan were in the stream going
Cool. Thank you.
very, very quietly.
Thank you.
Oh man, yeah, it's gorgeous. I love that. There's some things about songs sometimes that they're just magic, and you can't really put your finger on what it is. But it's like James Taylor's "Fire and Rain" to me, Britton. That one. It's like
Yeah.
it hits me like that. You make up your own story as you're listening to it.
Yeah, I'm a James Taylor freak, and I'm clearly standing all over his shoulders on that. Like I'm all on top of him, to be honest. I know I am, and in a good way. I'd hope that it's kind of, I was one of those guys that we used to play his songs at the gigs, and there'd be like 15 chords, and we know like 5 of them. It's so hard to play.
Oh man. Okay. All right. Well, JD, I'm going to get you guys up here. Let me make sure I'm hitting the right one, and tell us about this gorgeous song too. All right.
Okay.
Well, we actually wrote this song, oh my goodness, in the early 2000s, after we'd had a really rough year of drought here in Colorado. It was very dry, and we were having fires. And you know what? Nothing like what's happening today, what's happening in California and all over the West Coast. And we've had fires here in Colorado as well this summer. And all I can say is I think that the song will just speak for itself. It's called "The World Is on Fire," and not only the physical thing of the world being on fire, but the fact that there's so much, in my opinion, insanity going on in the world right now. And so it feels like the whole world is on fire. Do you know? What do you want to say, babe?
I love this song a lot. One of the things I love is the kind of hypnoticness of the music. So it's like, anyway, it's a cool song, and I hope that it comes across in the video.
There's a red sun rising through the smoky haze, and somewhere the fires are burning. I keep my distance and I look away, but I can't keep the world from turning. Now the air is so thick that I can't breathe. You know that smoke gets in your eyes, and I can't see the forest for the trees. And now the flames are getting higher, 'cause the world is on fire. The world is on fire. Now the wind keeps howling, but the sky won't rain, and my soul is dry and tender. I turn off the news, I swallow the shame, but the angry gods remember. The Lord Shiva was riding through my dreams last night, blazing a trail of tears and piercing the accumulated numbness of all these years. If it's a wake-up we require, the world is on fire. Oh, yes it is. The world is on fire. The world is on fire. I
universal laws. Baby, the fire is a holy warrior, a rebel with a cause. Now the dust is thick on the good red road, but the medicine wheel is true. Mother Nature will find a balance, and it matters what I do. And so I keep my heart connected and my passionate vision clear. And I will stake my life on the love I feel, and I am burning with desire, 'cause the world is on fire. Yes, so the world is on fire. Oh yeah. The world is on fire. Ooh. The world is on fire. There's a red sun rising through the smoky haze, and somewhere the fires are burning.
Woo! Oh yeah. Yes. My goodness. Oh my goodness. That's
Great.
awesome.
I love
Jen,
the voices. Great voices.
yeah, I started to say Jen and JD. I wonder, like, did you get together and really like each other first before you heard each other sing?
Oh,
You couldn't have picked better voices for each
There's
other.
a long story behind that, but we'll spare you the long part. Yeah. We've
All right.
known each other a long time.
Well, okay, so I'm next, and I got, I'm not surprising JD because I already told him, but this is a song that I wrote with JD and Thomas Kane decades ago. I guess it's now decades, okay? And JD and I have known each other, I like to say, since the analog days. We did all kinds of background vocals together, and I had him on a lot of stuff that I would just we crossed paths in so many ways in the years that he was in Nashville, and so it's so nice to reconnect and see him and meet Jan for the second time and all that. But anyway, this particular song, and I'll go ahead and tell you about this one as I hide everybody else for a second. This one was a song about a friend of ours, a mutual friend of ours, who happened to be one of the best drummers in the world, and his name was Larry London. And and so Larry was the top of the line. He had this thing called DOG. The shops, drum shops, and drum workshops all over the world. He was the top of the top. But at one time, a mutual friend of ours said, as we knew that Larry was dying of heart disease, he said, "You're never going to believe what Larry's doing this year." And I said, "What?" And he said, "Taking drum lessons." And I said, "What is he learning?" And Ronnie said, "How to hit the head. How to hit the head. Back to the beginning." And I swear, I think that's what real mastership is about to me. It's like always being willing to go back to the beginning and get that thing, that the core of whatever it comes from, a little bit better. So yeah, anyway, this song we wrote, Thomas Kane and JD and I wrote one evening in honor of Larry's life before he died. I had just been to the hospital to see him that day, I think. And so anyway, we wrote this in honor of him. And I always think like he's up in heaven somewhere, like going, where are the drums? All right. But John's retired. So sorry, Larry. We don't have any drums on this one. Anyway, I hope you like it.
It would be so nice if some money ship would find me and free me up from all these debts I owe. It would feel real good to put these hard times behind me. Take an easy ride before I get too old. But if my being here could break somebody's fall, Lord, I still believe it's worth it all. When I see that angel come to say my time is over, and he reads the pages from the book of my life. Let me see just one friend leaning on my shoulder. Let me leave him a little bit better for my passing by. Went to see an old friend, he won't be here much longer. Heaven's lights already shining in his face. Said, come on in, you know I'm feeling much stronger. And it occurred to me no one will take his place. Someday, Lord, I hope I feel such peace of mind. And when I look back, I'm satisfied. When I see that angel come to say my time is over, and he reads the pages from the book of my life. Let me see just one friend leaning on my shoulder. Let me live a little bit better for my passing by. When I see that angel come to say my time is over. When I see the book of my life, let me see just one friend leaning on my shoulder. Let me leave her a little bit better for my passing by. Passing by.
Woo!
Thank you.
Great. That's
You know,
a great
the-
song.
What I'm thinking as I'm watching the, your videos that I'm uploading and everything, the biggest problem with tonight is going to be the latency factor, because oh my gosh, all I want to do is sing on everybody's stuff.
I
Right.
was definitely singing on that one.
And JD, you definitely would be singing on that one. Yes. All right, Britton, my
great.
friend, you are back in the up to bat, as they
And
say.
the fold, it's my
And
go.
yes, you are. All right, let me
Okay.
get out of here and put you back up. And this is such a cool song. All right.
Cool. Thank you. So,
Yeah.
okay. Well, I just drove up to visit a buddy of mine who actually used to be, it's an artist that you and I both have worked with, Judy. His name is Will Muse, and great kid. He's the smarter younger brother that I never had, is the way I look at it now. And he's come amazingly so far with his talents and is just a well-rounded individual. So he was actually helping me. I'm trying to buy a new car, to be honest. And so he had some options for me. So I went to visit him. On the way up, I was telling him about us doing this thing with you. And my wife, she suggested I do this next song, which I've actually never played live for anyone. It's on one of my records called Working Man. It's the title song. And so while I was there, I said, hey, Will, man, I'm going to show you this song. Just play along with me. We'll make it kind of, we'll dig in and we'll do it. So we just got in his pool house real quick, and I just got my guitar out and set his piano up, and I showed it to him, and we rehearsed it 3 times. And here's the song. I wrote this with Julia Mariva and Britton Collins. I wrote this song quite a long time ago, but it's called Working Man.
He gets up in the morning before the sun comes up, got sleep in his eyes and coffee hot in his cup. A kiss on her cheek says I'll be home when I can. You know I'm always gonna be your working man. You know I always wanna be your working man. He rides that jackhammer like he's running from sin. Old John Henry ain't got a thing on him. He'll get up tomorrow, do it all over again. Says, babe, you know I'll always be your working man. For all that you need, I'll give you all that I got. Just call out my name and I'm the man for the job. And I hold you tender with these callous hands. And babe, you know I'll always be your working man. You know I'm always gonna be your working man. Hey! He'll brush off the dust and shake out the gray. There may be sweat on his brow, but there's a smile on his face. 'Cause the day is behind him, man, he's got bigger plans. Says, girl, you know I'll always be your working man. You know I always wanna be your working man. For all that you need, I'll give you all that I got. Just call out my name and I'm the man for the job. And I hold you tender with these callous hands. You know I'm always gonna be your working man. You know I'm always gonna be your working man. You know I'm always gonna be your working man. You know I'm always gonna be your working man. Hey! Up in the morning before the sun comes up, got a smile in his eyes and coffee hot in his cup.
Britton, wow. Yeah.
Thank you.
We're all muted. This
Can you
little
hear me?
exit should not go. Yeah.
Yeah, I
was-
tell you, thank you very much. Yeah, it's funny because, Will, we've been working with Will for 3 years now.
Wow.
And
He was just a little kid.
he was
you know?
a kid, and it's
Yeah.
it's so rewarding because so many times I'm there, back helping them out and backing them up, and it's so cool now. Like the sphere of influence, I call it. Now he's like, in a lot of ways, helping me out. Like, you know what I mean? It's like
You know, it's the way it works. And
Yep.
yeah, we both, Britton and I met each other, JD and audience. Britton and I met each other through working with this company called PCG, which
PCG.
works with artist development. And so we ended up with a lot of clients. And I've even been over your studio a couple of times. And you've sent people to me. And then we've talked amongst ourselves about them, trying to help them out, and gotten to know each other a little bit. And oh my goodness, what a great songwriter, besides an incredible artist mentor, which is what you mainly do now, isn't it?
Yes, that's what I spend my time
Yeah,
doing.
yeah,
Yeah. And I
yeah,
enjoy it very much. Like that right there is a prime example of the fountain
yeah,
of youth. You
yeah,
get older and you start to get, a little bit jaded, and then you surround yourself with younger people who remind you with their unbridled enthusiasm why you started doing this in the first place.
yeah, yeah.
You know.
Another interesting thing I think about all three of us is, we could bring up our hit songs and stuff like that. We could play them, but I noticed that none of us are because we're kind of tired of them. But the thing is that all of us have. Oh, are you muted, JD? Talk to
I
me.
don't know. I was just
No, you're
listening
not.
to Jan. I was
No,
trying
you're
not
not.
to be heard.
Oh, yeah. Busted. Oh, no. But what we've all done is created music past the hits that we were doing for commercial reasons. We're now making music that we want to make, that our hearts want to make, right? It's
Yeah.
kind of freeing. It's kind of lovely. And JD, you and Jan have well, I'll tell you what. Let me talk about that right now, about your Saturday event and what you guys are doing in the realm of positive music. Okay, as I pull up this
Sure.
song that, by the way, I cannot get out of my head. Thank you very much. I go to sleep and I was like, oh, it's in my head. Okay, so anyway, I'll let you tell them about that as
Okay.
I pull it up.
Sure.
And
So
I don't
every
know. Do you know which one you're doing?
yes, I dreamed of rain, right?
Okay, that's it.
I think so.
Yeah, it was a
Every
pop quiz.
Saturday, today would be a good example. And by noon Mountain Time, we put out a new video of a song and its backstory. And so that we've been doing that ever
Cool.
since things got shut down in terms of touring or whatever. And now we have, I don't know, 20 some songs.
20 some songs and 20 some backstories, man.
Yeah. And so I want to just say, since Judy said we're not doing our hits, this next song we're going to do is probably the closest we've ever come to having a hit. Just, Jan wrote this song, and it's the most requested song that we get to do, I think.
I do want to say something about this song before we do it, and that is that, I wrote it in the early 2000s, right around the time, right after the World is on Fire, Dreaming of Rain, and it just strikes so many people so deeply. It's really interesting. It does kind of have a life of its own, and it was picked up in I think it was 2011 or 2012 by a publishing company in Canada, and they arranged it for choirs. And so now this song is being sung literally all over the world, because it's a choir arrangement. And so there are versions of this that have been sung in not only in the United States, but Canada, England, Finland, South Africa, Shanghai. And, we keep getting notes from people who say, thank you for this song, just because, well, you'll hear it. That's all I have to say.
That's all. I just want to say thanks for letting me sing it. I dreamed of rain, and the rains came, soft and easy, sweet and clear. I dreamed of rain, and the rains came, and peace spread over the land. I dreamed of rain, and the rains came, soft and easy, sweet and I dreamed of rain, and the rains came, and peace spread over the land. I dreamed of summer, and the wind winds changed, and the green was easy, and the rivers ran clear. I dreamed of summer, and the winds changed, and peace spread over the land. And the flowers bloom in the desert, and the air is fresh and clear. I dreamed of rain, and the rains came, and peace spread over the land. I dreamed of freedom, and the moon rose, and the way was easy, the path was clear. I dreamed of freedom, and the moon rose, and peace spread over the land. And the guardian stars are shining, and the night is bright and clear. I dreamed of freedom, and the moon rose, and peace spread over the land. I dreamed of heaven, and the earth sang, and the sound was easy, and the song was clear. I dreamed of heaven, and the earth sang, and peace spread over the land. And the ancient pain is forgotten, and the Father's debts are clear. I dreamed of heaven, and the earth sang, and peace spread over the land. I dreamed of rain, and the rains came, soft and easy, sweet and clear. I dreamed of rain, and the rains came, and peace spread over the land. I dreamed of rain, and the rain, and the rains came, soft and easy, sweet and clear. I dreamed of rain, and the rains came, and peace spread over the land. And the flowers bloom in the desert, and the air is fresh and clear. I dreamed of rain, and the rains came, and peace spread over the land. I dreamed of rain, and the rains came, and peace spread over the land. I dreamed of rain, and the rains came.
Nice.
Yeah. Now you know why I couldn't get it out of my head.
Great.
It's like,
Thank you.
oh man.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Oh gosh, that
What
was
a
just
great
gorgeous. And
song.
it's so incredibly appropriate, JD and Jan, with the I can imagine that people in California would be like to be dreaming of rain right now. So
Yeah.
Godspeed for them. Okay, that's awesome. Yeah. What voices, huh?
Yes,
Uh,
beautiful.
Thank you.
All right. Well, my next one is a song that I wrote with Dave Matthews, and I also always at the end of when I say that, I always say not that one, the other one, because it's the Dave Matthews we all know and love. JD, I know you know him, and you probably do, Britton. Dave Matthews from Studio 19.
Okay.
That always wore the hockey shorts, you know. Anyway, it's funny how Nashville works, but I knew him in the guise of engineer, and he knew me in the guise of background singer, usually, or demo singer. And then, I wrote sometimes with our mutual friend Dave Loggins and stuff, and I think he started to know me that way a little bit, but we had never done anything. And he came to me one time with one line, and I swear I can't remember if it was the hook or the first line of the song. And the song came after that. And this is also a tale of the one that got away, because the song has never been cut by anybody other than me, and not as a master. But it was on the agenda for a Garth Brooks session, and I know that because I think Chris Lusinger was playing it, and I think he saw the chart. It charted out, but Garth's mother got sick, and it never made it. So if anybody's out there, I'll tell you, the male demo was done by Tim Buppert, who is an incredible singer, and he made it. We had him sing it kind of like Larry Henley, and so it sounded like I thought it could be a Great Eagles song or something like that. So anybody know them or whatever? The other thing about it is that Strength in Silence is also, we may be using it at Darren J. Butler and I in a musical that we're doing. So songs have a life of their own. We don't know where they'll end up. My hit song, Until I Met You, if you guys know that I did that was not written by me, but that's was stuck in somebody's in Loretta Lynn's catalog for 10 years.
Wow.
And cut about 8 times, I think, or more, and it just never did. It waited for me. And so I'm wondering who Strength in Silence is going to be waiting for. But it's one of my favorite songs. So put on your imagination hat now and imagine me as a young boy. All right. If Emmy Lou can sing The Boxer, I can sing this.
Right.
Great.
Okay, here we go.
As a boy, I broke a promise in my mother's heart when her angry words couldn't find their mark. The louder she shouted, the less I heard her say. Then my father walked up to me. All he said was, "Son," and the look that he gave me made me sorry for what I'd done. 1,000 words could not have reached me like my father's quiet face. There's strength in silence and mercy in the moment when you first understand. Strength in silence and power in the stillness as a boy becomes a man, learning from his father's ways. There's strength in silence. Was a young man with a vision and a race to run when I hit the brick wall and it all came undone. And in a cloud of confusion, I couldn't see which way to go. So I took a walk one winter evening, a little after dark. Looked up at the sky for answers and poured out my heart. Then the wind seemed to whisper, "Be still and you There's strength in silence and mercy in the moment when you first understand. Strength in silence and power in the stillness when you find your faith again, and the will to move the highest mountain standing in your way. Oh, on an April day we gathered to celebrate the light. Oh, in my Father's eyes they used to shine so bright, and never sweeter words were spoken than when we said our last goodbye. There's strength in silence and mercy in the moment when you take your mother's hand. Strength in silence and power in the stillness as friends around you stand, and peace rests on your Father's face. There's strength in silence. There's strength in silence.
Woo!
Thank you, thank you.
Sing it, girl.
Yeah, I'd like to say I only did that once, but I would be lying.
I understand. I love you. You modded. You changing keys. Nobody changes keys anymore. Great.
They're scared to.
You're scared to change keys. Yeah, I love it. That was smart.
Well,
It's really good.
thank you, Britton.
You were bringing it, man.
So I'm going to put up something, if I can find it, on the agenda here, which is our tip jar, everybody. We are not independently wealthy, and so if you love it, you could just buy us a coffee right there, and I'm putting it in the stream. So if anybody wants to donate, that would be awesome, because
I love coffee.
we don't have a cover charge today. Oh my goodness. JD and Mark Beeson, no, it was JD, me, Mark Beeson, and Thomas Kane did the Bluebird for, I don't know, 2-3 years, I guess, off and on.
Yeah, right.
And we would do Saturday nights at the Bluebird. And those were some of my favorite shows that I've ever done anywhere. They just were so special. So it's so nice to meet, have old friends and new friends, together for this. So thank you guys for doing it.
Absolutely.
All right. So who is next? It is Britton. All right.
Cool.
So Britton, you are now with Kaci through the magic of the internet.
I love it. Yes. Cool. Good. So yeah, this is my dear friend, Miss Kaci Bolls, who is she's one of my favorite singers for sure. She's my sister, pretty much. She's my sister. It's not really my sister, but she is my sister. And we met up years ago, supporting each other, doing gigs. And we just liked each other's voices so much. We were like, man, we got to do something. So we've been writing, and it's something we just enjoy doing. You're talking about, keep doing music because it's just the love of the game. And that is primarily the focus of where we start. And from there, it just goes out to the world. And so I love Kaci. I also want to tell people right now that she has another thing called Kaci Bolls Kids, that if you get a chance to check it out, it's brand new for her. And it's a really creative thing she's doing with a friend of mine, Nathan Meckel. And I just want people to know about that. They should know about that. And also, too, we have a new single that we just released called Can't Get Enough of Your Love. And you can go to the Broken Locals Facebook page. And that's the name of our duo. It's called the Broken Locals. And please check that out. Anyway, so this song we wrote actually during the whole COVID situation when it just first started. And you can see by the video, that's how we did the video, because we were in separate places. But this is kind of our take and our optimistic twist where we know the world is upside down, but just trying to find a positive viewpoint for dealing with it. So this is called The Winds of Change, which is rad, The Winds of Change. So I hope you like it.
Can you hear me?
I'm ready.
You're ready. 2, 3, 4. Woke up to rain that was falling up towards the sky and filling up the clouds. The birds that were crying, the moon it was rising. The world turned upside down when you walked out. And I don't know what to do with myself now. Should I be running east, looking for the sunset? I guess everything and nothing stays the same. Is it lost on me? 'Cause it's costing me all my hopes and all my dreams. Ride the winds of change. Leaving this bed is like moving a mountain. Every memory heavy on my mind. Take you by the bridge, or should I wait by the river? Don't know if I should fast forward or rewind. And I don't know what to do with all this time. Should I be running east, looking for the sunset? I guess everything and nothing stays the same. Is it lost on me? 'Cause it's costing me all my hopes and all my dreams. Ride the winds of change. Ride the winds of change. Yeah. Should I be running east, looking for the sunset? I guess everything and nothing stays the same. Is it lost on me? 'Cause it's costing me all my hopes and all my dreams. Ride the winds of change. Ride the winds of change. Yeah, you gotta ride the winds of change.
Beautiful.
Wow.
Thank you.
Really beautiful.
Thank
yeah.
you.
Man, what a voice
Yeah.
Kaci has. You can tell. And I mean, you're amazing, Britton. But you with Kaci, and that's just a really good idea. That duo, man.
Thank you. Oh yeah, I at all times I'm sitting with her. I'm like, I don't know if I'm really keeping up here today. That's how I feel, which is great. She's so good.
Well, it was a top session singer too, right?
Mhm.
We're all session brats.
She still does that. She's still doing
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah,
the
there are-
best band too, Britton. You're a great band.
Oh man,
Oh,
and yeah,
thanks, man.
Incredible guitar. Yeah, really.
Thanks, brother. Thank you.
All right. So JD and Jan, or Jan and JD, however, whatever day it is, probably that goes one way or the other, have the next one. It's a great song, and oh man, may it be. Just let it be is all I got to say. Tell us about this one.
Well, the name of this song, this is the title cut. People used to make these things.
Oh, yeah.
We have a garage full of these. Anyway, we started writing this album maybe 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, and fumbled our way towards ecstasy, not quite knowing what we were going to do, but we knew we had to be singing something to give us all hope in these very interesting times. And this was before COVID, but anyway, we found this lovely quote. This is from Abraham Lincoln's first inaugural address, and it's on our album. And this is it's right before the outbreak of the Civil War, 1861. The country is in complete turmoil. Everybody's fighting with everybody else. It's really a strange and bad time. And here's what Abraham Lincoln says at the end of that first inaugural address. He says, "We are not enemies, but friends. We must not be enemies. Though passion may have strained, it must not break our bonds of affection. The mystic cords of memory, stretching from every battlefield and patriot grave to every living heart and hearthstone all over this broad land, will yet swell the chorus of the Union when again touched, as surely they will be, by the better angels of our nature." Seeing the world through the eyes of a higher vision, freely feeling the love that's breathing us on, openly singing the song that holds us together, and willingly lending a hand tear down the walls, calling our better angels together, calling our better angels as we go, better angels, better angels, better angels, calling on our better angels. Who brings the breeze at dawn to the mountain meadows? And how do the wild grasses know how to grow? The essential invisible heart of all creation, living inside of us now, singing us home, calling our better angels together, calling our better angels as we go, better angels, better angels, better angels, calling on our better angels, the better angels of our nature, the companions of our soul, the ones we can count on to guide us wherever we go.
Though the dangers may be daunting, we know that we're not alone. We're lifted up, taking the high road home. Better angels, better angels, better angels, calling on our better angels. Better angels, better angels, better angels, calling on our better angels.
Mhm.
Nice.
Thank
All I
you.
could say is amen to that.
Yeah,
That's all.
man.
Yeah.
Great. That was a
Yeah.
great groove. That was a great groove.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you knew you wanted to hear it when it first started, even
Yeah.
even before the song starts, and then you get the message, and everything's good.
Great.
All right, so I'm up, guys. Don't forget about our. I'm gonna just put up that tip jar one more time
Mhm.
in an act of shameless self promotion, but there's all of ourselves. And we hope you guys in the audience are enjoying the show. And I so appreciate everybody chiming in with the comments. It's so much fun to know that you guys are watching and kind of checking it out and letting us know what you think about it. So it just means a lot. It really does create a little village thing going on. All right. So my next song is really inspired by John's drums. Okay. When John and I had never written together before, and we'd been doing, oh my gosh, like 30 years of 40 years, 40 years of music together, one kind of or another. He went on the road with me, and we used to, back in Memphis, we were doing jingles together. He was the main drummer at the jingle company that did like 70% of the world's jingles, called the Tanner Company, and all that. And we, anyway, I married my drummer. What can I tell you? Well, you married your background singer, so
That never happens.
Jan and JD. But anyway, yeah, I know it's usually. But so we just out of the blue decided that John came out of retirement for a few years, and we decided we wanted to make some music again. And dang, we did it. 2015. And I have to tell you, this is what our album looks like. And it's called Here We Are. And I want to tell you who is on it. It was John is playing drums, and our dear precious friend Mike Chapman was playing bass, and Carrie Marks was on lead guitar, and Chris Lusinger was on acoustic and lead. The piano was a couple of tracks I did, and a couple of the other tracks Catherine Styron Marks, tongue tangler, who is kind of related to Carrie, and she was doing the keys, and she's amazing. She's on the road with Reba right now, I think, or was when Reba was on the road. And then the sax and flute was Sam Levine. Was JD and Jan who was your flute player?
That's Jim Hoke.
Jim Hoke.
Oh, okay, that's who that was.
He's amazing. That guy's a freak, man. He's so good.
Yeah, so is Sam. And Sam also played not just flute, but an incredible saxophone. Oh my gosh, like one track, and it was magic. And so on one of our tracks, and then my dear session buddy Brat, Jennifer O'Brien, was singing with me on the background. So if you guys get a chance to check out Judy and John, what does it go by? John and Judy Rodman.com is where you can get this record. But anyway, I did the best I could without my drummer, because now that we don't have our bass player anymore, John's gone back into retirement. So Mike passed away a few years ago, a couple of years ago, I guess it was. He was Mike Chapman, for those who don't know, was part of the G team, is it called? That has always done Garth Brooks shows and tracks and everything, and he was kind of Garth Brooks' lead guy.
Right.
And he was my buddy. Whenever I would produce anything, he's the guy I would hire on bass pretty much anytime. So we miss him terribly, and I think about him every time I hear this record. So hope you guys like it. And again, it's missing a drummer.
She was supposed to be a temporary warm distraction. You lit a fire, now you find you like the way it burns. The way she moves like a magnet to metal attraction. Your heart's too close to hers, there is no return. You want it back now, but you can't get it. You call it back now, but it won't come. You want it back now, but you can't forget it. You want the heart you gave away, but baby, it ain't ever coming home. You can't remember when she wasn't everything that you needed. Your solitary life has disappeared like last week's rain. She got you locked in velvet chains, and if you don't believe it, just try to move your heart away from her. Feel the pain. You want it back now, but you can't get it. You call it back now, but it just won't come. You want it back now, but you can't forget it. You want the heart you gave away, but baby, it ain't ever coming home. No. You flew too close to the sun. Now you're cool, it's come undone. You want it back now, but you can't get it. You call it back now, but it just won't come. You want it back now, but you can't forget it. You want the heart you gave away, but baby, it ain't ever coming home. No, you let your heart go out to play, now it ain't ever coming back alone.
I
Get it?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Oh my goodness! If
All
anything
right.
ever needed a track, it is fun though. I love
Fun.
it. Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
You need a drummer. You're great.
I didn't have
Right.
to, man, coming from you, JD, I didn't have to, didn't have to fit anything into a certain genre. It's so nice to just do what we wanted to do. We felt led to do, and so that album kind of has a bunch of different things on it. One of the tracks, and check this out, man. I mean, we're however old we are, which I'm not going to mention, but we are kind of vintage. But we just got a track from that album in The Expanse, which is a high-end sci-fi program or series on it's on Amazon now. And what they wanted was what they called one of the characters is set way in the future, and one of the characters liked ancient country music, and so we got a track in there. And it's hilarious. John, I can't let John live it down that he's actually played an ancient country track, because he's such a Memphis guy. But anyway, it was fun, and it was really fun to do, and I'm so glad that we did it. And I get to play it every once in a while still.
Cool.
All right,
Great.
so are we ready for the lightning round here?
Sure.
Okay. All right, so Britton, you're first up. So this is our live round, guys.
Okay.
What can go wrong? Like everything.
Oh, everything, right.
Like live TV.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. What are you doing?
Well, I'm going to do a song that I wrote a bit back with, at the time she was 15 years old. Her name is Jordan Shellhart. She's a great singer-songwriter. And I came in that day and she says, I want to write a song that's kind of classic and old. And so in a verse chorus world, I was like, well, let's do AABA, which I try to teach that now. Like, we're going to do AABA today, which is verse, and we'll do the refrain and put the title at the end. And we talked about all that. And I said, that'll be more classic, and we'll write a classic kind of country song. And so we did this song, and then it ended up being cut by someone who is one of my favorite song singers of all times, Mr. Don Williams, who
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And so, and which is weird because, see, my mother is a dance teacher. So I grew up with her playing like Stevie Wonder and Bill Withers. And I get that from her. And then I get a dose of my brother's a drummer. So he'd be the guy that go buy all the Cars records and the Foreigner and all that stuff, the Zeppelin and all that. But then it was my grandfather, who I spent a lot of time with, who lived right through the woods from us, who would, I'd spend time with I'd be there every morning, drink coffee and hanging out with him. And he had this little Pepsi Cola radio. And we'd say, you know what? Hey, you know what? I'll never get to do this. 1 second. I think this would be worth it. 1 second.
Okay, what are we in for?
Oh, I love it.
You see those doors? Through those doors, some of the greatest music comes out of those two.
This is it. Look,
his booth there.
this is
What
it.
is it?
This is the Pepsi Cola radio, because he worked for Pepsi Cola. It's a little AM radio with one speaker. Look, and this awesome.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
So he would sit there. That would be in the corner of there, and he'd be sitting there smoking a cig, and it'd be like yellow up on the thing, and we'd be listening to like classic country music, and it would be Don Williams going, I don't believe in superstars. And I was like, man, what is that? Who is that? Even at like when I was like 12, 13, 14, I love that stuff. Or Ronnie Millsap. It's that stuff I always, gravitated towards. So I have to say that it was the first time it came around where it was actually Garth Fundis who was championing the song and took it in, and I told people for like 3 months, Don's gonna cut my song tomorrow, man. Don's gonna cut my song. And then they went in, I called him, I said, well, how'd y'all do it? He's like, man, he didn't cut it. And so then I had to go back and go, Don didn't cut my song. But then a year and a half later, on his very last record, because of Garth Fundis, he brought it back up again. Excuse me. And he ended up cutting the song. So
Cool.
yeah, it's one of my favorite. Yeah, it's so great to have Don, his voice, sing one of your songs. So it is something I'm very proud of. So that's the song that I'm gonna sing for. Let me grab my guitar.
All right, great. Yeah. Garth Fundis was actually my producer on my Faded last album. So I worked with him too. He's really creative guy.
Oh, he's great.
And when he loves a song, he loves a song.
Oh, he's such a great man. He's great. Yeah. Anyway, so here I'll try to tell the story in the best Don tone or my tone I can. Oh, you know what? I remember we need to do this for I think it's Reen and Sam. It's their 39th wedding anniversary, and they posted that earlier on the little thing here. And I haven't figured out how to comment back to people, but it doesn't matter. So I'm gonna dedicate this song to them. Okay, that's what this is for Reen and Sam. I'll be your spring when it feels like winter. I'll be your sweet when life gets bitter. When the world gives in I won't surrender. I won't give up on you. When the rain won't stop, I'll be your shelter. Better or worse, I'm gonna be your better. In the fleeting world, baby, I'm your forever. I won't give up on you. I'll be that spark of light when you're lost and lonely. I'll be your strength when you're weak and weary. I'll be that solid ground when times get shaky. An absolute in a world of maybes, when that heart of yours feels half empty. I'll be your cup of plenty. When you need a friend, baby, I'll be many. I won't give up on you. No, nobody ever does a key change anymore. You know I'll be that calm when the storm is raging. A place to run when your heart is aching. I'll be that open door when you need escaping. I'll be your fix when you feel like breaking. And I'll be your spring when it feels like winter. Be your sweet when life gets better. When the world gives in, I won't surrender. I won't give up on. I won't give up on you.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, I
Yeah.
really do have to go get that record now.
Thank
Oh, yeah.
you.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, JD and Jan, you are up to bat.
All right.
What you got? And
Again, we're going to sing a song from the last album, Better Angels. And we're going to, because it's so much fun for us, we're going to use a track. We're going to cheat a bit. It's just fun. And,
JD, you used to do that back when we were doing the Bluebirds. Do you remember? You would
No.
bring in percussion tracks. You would. You sure would.
Really? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I must have been cheating back then too.
You're always a step ahead of your time.
Oh, sure. So I just wanted to say that, first of all, the guitar player is a former Nashvilleian, Brent Rowan, who is just amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, we've always used Brent almost on every album we've ever done. And Brent now lives in Steamboat Springs instead of Nashville. But anyway, the other thing is that we wrote the song over the space of maybe, I don't know, 7 or 8 years or something like that. We started out writing with 2 really good writers and friends, Harold Payne from LA and Freebo. So the 4 of us got together and we wrote most of the song, and then we put it away, and then it was forgotten until it was remembered, and then we finally finished it. But anyway,
Funny.
it's called Everything to Do with Love. I had a dream, a vision. I woke up singing in the middle of the night, 'cause the world had finally got it right. It's got nothing to do with history or which side is lost or won. It's got everything to do with love. You hear calling somewhere inside you, saying we're not alone. And the music fills your heart with hope. There's got nothing to do with boundaries and thinking that you got to be tough. It's got everything, everything to do with love. It's got everything, everything to do with love. With our differences behind us, the world looks new. Maybe something as simple as kindness can see us through. Well, it takes as long as it takes, and we know it. When the moment is right, I hear somebody singing in the morning light. There is so much hope to hold on to, and so many songs to be sung. It's got everything, everything to do with love. Everything, it's got everything, everything to do with love. Everything, everything to do with love. Well, I had a dream, a vision. I woke up singing in the middle of the night, 'cause the world has finally got it right. It's got nothing to hope to hold on to. So much hope to hold on to. So many songs to be sung. It's got everything, everything to do with love. Yeah, yeah. It's got everything, everything to do with love.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. It's got everything, everything to do with love. Yeah.
Yeah. We could have, oh my gosh, if it weren't for that latency effect, you'd have had a choir on that one.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
We
Great.
came in a little early. Yeah. We just got excited. Yeah.
That's cool.
Oh my gosh. That's awesome, guys. Yeah. And it really
Great.
does. It does everything to do with love.
Yes, great song, great message.
You know, JD, and Dan, I've written those. I've written those that took years too. It just, you know, they weren't done till they were done.
Yeah.
This last one, and I know you've done this too. You all of you have done this too. I dreamed this one. I got up with it and dreamed it, and it was after I was going through a really, really bad time, and I needed something, some peace. And I think this song came for me then, but boy, it's something we all need to do. And I thought we'd end it with this because it's what we all need to do. And you guys alluded to it earlier, like we don't need to be divided. We need to be kind of united and see whatever side we're looking at, you know, come together and heal and make this place a good place. And so that's what we're doing. We're, as musicians and artists, we are trying to make the world a better place by leaving it with good music and good messages.
Right.
So I want to leave you all with this thing I dreamed one day. And it goes like this. I know it's supposed to be live, but I'm the air traffic controller. Okay, so I get some grace.
Yes, you do.
Okay, here we go. Hope you enjoy it.
was a farmer, he planted me in song. When at my first piano, he taught me how to play along. Then he went home to Jesus, and we mourned him like a king. Now when I touch the ivory, I can feel his spirit sing, because I carry him with me. Yes, I carry him with me, and I will carry him with me till I see his face again. In the mirror in the morning, in the sound of what I say, are my mother and my father, even though they're far away. My sisters and my brother, and some friends I've come to trust. I can feel them all so near, though I'm not with them near enough, because I carry them with me. Yes, I carry them with me, and I will carry them with me till I see their faces again. 'Cause when we hold on to the hearts we hold so dear, the loved ones never really disappear. So you must know how much I love you, and how much I always miss the things we do together, and the times we spend like this. And though miles may come between us, we are never far apart, 'cause love as strong as ours is makes a home deep in the heart, where I carry you with me. Yes, I carry you with me, and I will carry you with me till I see your face again. I always carry you with me, and I will carry you with me till I touch your face
Ah,
That was beautiful,
it's
Judy.
lovely.
Thank you. Thank you. And thank you, guys. I hope you got the names. Jan's name, part of Jan's name was cut off of that thing, the streamer I just put on, but it's J.D. Martin and Jan Garrett, and it's Britton Cameron, and then you know me. And let me give you those names again. But thank you guys so much for joining me. It's so good to be with friends again, old and new, and make music again, because not only do I love playing for the audience, the sweet audience that's been with us tonight, but I actually miss playing with my buddies. I miss,
Yeah.
you guys
Judy?
inspire me.
I can't see Britton. Can you bring him back?
Who needs Britton? Okay.
Oh,
let's
yeah.
see.
Who needs
Who needs Britton?
Yeah.
It's okay.
All right.
I was in the hot tub anyways.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, Britton. Yes, thank you so much for doing this with me, and you guys getting to know each other and all that is
Yes.
great.
Yeah,
And,
JD, Jan, you guys are great. It was a pleasure to meet you guys. Sound wonderful.
Too. Wow.
Yeah,
Wow,
and
likewise.
Can I ask what part of Colorado you're in?
Yeah, near Aspen, like 20 miles from Aspen.
I love that state so
Gorgeous.
much.
Yeah.
My favorite
Is it
place.
cool?
One of my favorite places in the world is Estes Park, man.
Yeah.
Estes Park, I grew up 30 miles from Estes Park in
Yeah.
Loveland.
Yeah, but great. It's great. You guys sound wonderful. I love your songs. I love your voices.
Oh, thank you. You too.
Thank you. Yeah.
Well, thank you, everybody, and we love you, and we'll see you around the block, hopefully
Yeah.
in
Thanks for
person
joining.
before
Judy,
much
welcome.
longer. Jan, it's so good to get to actually play music with you instead of just meet you like I did the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good to hear you.
Yeah. All right. Well, to be done. Let's all get together like in person sometime soon, hopefully. All right.
That's good.
Cool.
Love you guys.
Bye, y'all.
Stay
Thank you,
safe.
Judy.
Tip your waiter. Go. and we'll see you next time for another Cloud
Yeah.
Rounds. Mwah!
Thank you, Judy. Thank you.
Wow.